Hey guys, welcome back. All right, Ophiuchus, it is time we jump on in. By the way, if you're waiting on the Gemini video, it is processing right now. It'll be on right after the Ophiuchus video, okay? But Ophiuchus, let's get started. We have knowledge. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Oh, that's lovely. And we have the Sphinx, the great enigma, the great mystery. Um, hmm. Let's get into this and see where this goes. So, obviously, we have a character who has either recognized the importance of connecting to the heart space, they have started to see the error of their ways. We've got a Queen of Cups, so definitely somebody is very much either recognizing what crosses it would be that Five of Swords, and I'm doing a Celtic cross, so it literally would be laid across it, which is blocking the heart, blocking somebody who is loving, blocking their kindness, their warmth. Bad idea. Somebody knows this now for sure because they are aware, like, why did I ever block somebody who only wanted to love me, who only wanted to be kind? Why did I fight them on that? I'm thinking right now, I mean, sure, Ophiuchus could have pushed away somebody who was kind, somebody who was loving, somebody who only wanted to, like, be a friend. But hold on, we got to keep these cards in order of the way they came out. What's underneath this is the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. So if a character consistently was blocking somebody who only wanted to love them, they were hostile against love, they might have been that way for quite a while. But on the other hand, we can also say they needed time to grow out of that. Maybe they weren't ready to accept that someone could be kind. There was mistrust. There was like, oh, don't try to soften me with your delicious home-baked cookies and your gentle words of encouragement and your consistent niceness. I know you're going to turn on me one day. They might have actually felt that way, like everybody has always done me dirty at some point. They lull me into a state of believing that they're not going to hurt me, and then they do. If that's the way somebody was operating, you don't usually get to be a Five of Swords attitude without a reason. I mean, this is somebody who's like in perpetual state of like, I'm ready to fight you. Don't you be nice. I know that your niceness is just to lure me into a sense of, comfort so then you can steal my wallet. This is somebody who's probably been done dirty a lot. So they're hostile all the time. Everybody is an enemy. And the nicer you are, the more you're like a big secret enemy. So it took them a long time, maybe, to try to learn to trust or to change that mindset. In the recent past, we had a Ten of Wands for them. Ten of Wands is, big old heavy lifetime of burdens. One wand is fear. One wand is, the distress and distrust we were just talking about. Another wand represents, like significant wounds that they've been through and scars that they've got. And, so big old, in the recent past, they've had to like finally work through a bunch of their shit. I mean, put it simply, crowning their thoughts. It's the sun. This sun in particular has a lot to do with love, has a lot to do with somebody who's able to finally step inside the little unity circle of the daisies here. I'm going to say this is so divine because the sun, even, in the Egyptian concept, has like, oftentimes has like 14 rays coming off of it, and that's a divine number. I really think, even though it's a sun card, this could almost be a card of like, a Four of Wands combined with Lovers, combined with Hierophant. It's like a spiritual marriage, an emotional marriage, an I choose you kind of thing. And the sun shines on this union and it's divinely guided. And I believe and trust that we are on the same side, on the same team. Which, of course, brings me to, is that Lord saying team? We're on each other's team. I haven't heard that song in forever. Love that song. Anyway, this is their crowning thought. Now, this could also be the crowning thought of Ophiuchus. Like, damn, this person took a long time to quit being like a feral cat. always putting their claws out, always ready to defend themselves against my nice home baked cookies or the fact that I remembered their birthday. Like, wow, you finally know I was just being kind. Oh, you finally believe that I'm not your enemy, that I don't mean you harm. Well, that's lovely. It took it long enough. I kind of think that they know this too, whomever this is. Now, keep in mind, this could be Ophiuchus themselves. It's whomever is in the energy that we're describing, right? In the upcoming future, we have the Nine of Wands, which is still wounded warrior energy, but I think this is like the next battle. The next battle might be, okay, now that I'm no longer going to put my claws out, now that I finally actually believe and I have clarity that someone was really kind to me, they didn't mean me harm, even though I kept thinking they were a secret enemy. God, now I got to fix things with them, which makes sense because when we've been pretty feral with somebody, maybe been, just had an acid tongue, rolled our eyes every time they said something kind, we're going to have to soften that energy, and then we probably owe them a big fat apology. So Fucus could be about to get some kind of major apology in their hopes and fears position. It's Emperor energy. They're wondering if they can take charge of this situation. I'm wondering if we had like a really bitter masculine for a while who meets this Ophiuchus who is like the total embodiment of love and nurturing. And Ophiuchus is all of that, offering all of that to them, and they keep fighting. Hey, there's 31 in the room and 13 thumbs up. It's like 31, 13. I'd still like the thumbs up to be more than 13, but 31, 13 is also pretty cool. So thanks for the 13 of you out there that are enjoying the entertainment. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody popping in right now, but it's also kind of a fun number to look up and see. The fact that we got Emperor there, I feel like, can I fix this? Can I take charge of this? Will they be able to see me after I've rejected, probably in a rude way, all the kindness that's been shown to me? Can they see me as somebody who's not hostile and not kind of a colossal jerk? We've got the Hanged Man as to how others see this person. This person takes a long time. They take a long time to trust, a long time to warm up, and other people know that as well. Piscean energy here. And the other thing is people who know how this character behaves, like this could be like family members or, okay, I'm going to say this just because it's in my head. Sometimes, this is my justification for it, Emperor energy can be like, sometimes I think of them as characters who could have like military background, high level of huge responsibility, and like sometimes even an overly serious nature. Someone who sees themselves as someone who should never make a mistake. They have a lot of people to be responsible for, so they hold themselves to a really high level. If this person, let's say, for example, because for some reason I keep thinking this person could have been military. By the way, they may actually really either have a pet cat that was near and dear to them, and that's like the pet of their lifetime, whether that pet is with them or not, or they keep that pet's ashes someplace. Sorry, I know that's a weird side note, but there's a cat down here in their throne. I don't know if it's a pet still with them or not, but they have this energy to them in this storyline, for me anyway, that if they've been through combat, they've been through battles, whether figuratively or, literally, they are someone who has been crusted over and hardened and sees threats all around them for a valid reason, but didn't know how to stop being in combat mode for a while. They actually are like, it's like this person needed some saving. They needed to have some kind of softness, some kind of love, somebody that was consistent and real and true for them to start to believe in again. But they are slow to change their mind because experience has taught them otherwise. They may actually really respect and admire creatures that kind of have their own unique sense of freedom as well. And I only suggest that because if this person is a cat lover, you got to understand cats. they kind of do what they want, and you do what they want also. So I'm just thinking that they may have a sense of freedom to them. They're not coercive. They just, I think, they're a complex character that we're describing. But people who know this character well know that, oh man, when this cat makes the decision, God, it's like, it takes a, an act of God to make them change their mind, even if everyone around them can say, listen, you're stable like a rock, but you're stubborn as a, pig-headed mule, and you're harnessing, or I should say hemorrhaging your own finances. You notice how they're dropping coins out of their hands? And if you stay there, you're going to miss out on harvesting the beautiful grapes and making wine and having a good time. It's like friends and people who know this character well are like, yeah, this emperor, man, they're a great person, but they are someone who will kind of like shoot themselves in the foot sometimes by being so stubborn once they got an idea in their head and they won't budge. They needed to be softened by love, which is what this first card talks about. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. That makes a lot more sense now that we've described a very crusted over, battle weary, battle fatigued, feral cat kind of a character who was resisting something as simple as love. It's like they didn't believe in partnership, they didn't believe in softness, they didn't believe that everyone wasn't their enemy. They're changing. They're definitely changing that. So what do they want now? What does the emperor want now? A new start. They want to maybe be seen differently. They want to behave differently, especially with Ophiuchus. What's the outcome here? Hierophant. You know what? I gotta say, the fact that we have Hierophant here as our outcome card, this is like someone who would actually be the best like husband or wife material ever, because they are so freaking bullheaded. When they give a promise, when they mean what they said, man, they don't back down for anything. There's someone you can count on. Are they maybe the easiest person in the world to rely on? No. Do they maybe want to eat spaghetti every Tuesday and they have to have the garlic bread that has the fresh garlic on it toasted under the broiler for 2 minutes, not three? Yeah, they could be that kind of like rigid, because it's like, but that's the perfect way to do it. And spaghetti on Tuesday is a perfect balance of acid, because on Wednesdays we eat, like a low acid food. They could be a little particular. Don't ask me why I'm talking about spaghetti and garlic bread. I haven't eaten that in forever. It does sound pretty good though. Um, but they could be particular. And while we could say, well, that's tedious or controlling, their reasons for doing certain things probably actually do make sense. And they're not actually controlling, but they will say we should strive to do things the best possible way. But when it comes to this person in a relationship, man, are they solid as a rock. And so if Ophiuchus is looking for the kind of partnership that they can count on come hell or high water, in sickness or in health, I mean, like, heaven forbid, the house burned down and we got to start from zero. This character is not going to run. They're not going to even flinch. They're just like, well, at least we got each other. Let's start building up from ground zero again. They're not even going to be somebody that we can't count on no matter what happens, which is there's a lot to be said that's really positive about this character. Even the fact that Ophiuchus is the one person who maybe made them believe in love again, they're not going anywhere. So it's a strong bond, that's for sure. But it was a difficult one to get this person to soften. Hi, my boy. You want mama to take you? Okay. All right, you guys. I gotta go take care of my baby. He's here huffing at me. So, you guys, thanks again for being here. Lots of love to all of you. One ring to rule three pigs. Andrea, spiritual abundance. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.